All right, let's give you some details with regards to our breaking news story this hour. The SABC has fired Phathiswa Magopeni, the Group Executive of News and Current Affairs. In a letter from Madoda Mxakwe, the Group Chief Executive Officer, sent to Magopeni a short while ago, the corporation says there's been a breakdown in the trust relationship between the two parties. Following last month's disciplinary hearing, Chairperson Advocate Nazir Kasim recommended that Magopeni submit mitigating factors before being sanctioned. The corporation says after several extensions, Magopeni has failed to do so and has also not distanced herself from several remarks she made during the hearing. The SABC says because of this, Magopeni has been fired with immediate effect. We now have SABC spokesperson Gugu Ntuli on the line. Gugu, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to The Full View.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, can you confirm the news that Phathiswa Magopeni has indeed been fired from the SABC and the reasons thereof?
Yes, correct. We, as the SABC, have actually parted ways with Ms. Magopeni with effect of today, this afternoon, following a breakdown in relationship after the disciplinary process and being afforded an opportunity to respond to the outcomes of the disciplinary process and failing to do so.
You say that she's been fired for a breakdown in the relations, and according to the letter that has been sent to her a short while ago, it does indicate that there has been a breakdown in relation. But what are some of the specific issues that led to her dismissal?
Look, I think it's common knowledge that the SABC breached a High Court order on the 14th of September last year. After that, the SABC then instituted a disciplinary process against Ms. Magopeni for her alleged role in the negligible role played in the incident. And so following that, there was a very public and very transparent hearing that was actually headed by Advocate Kasim. And that happened on the 17th, the 20th, as well as the 21st of December last year. And the outcomes of that hearing were that Ms. Magopeni was found guilty of misconduct for failure to act appropriately, to take the necessary measures to ensure that the court order was complied with.
Now, in a letter addressed to the Group Human Resources Manager, Dr. Musaki, Ms. Magopeni says, and I'm going to read the letter in part, she says, I've been severely prejudiced in the disciplinary hearing process as not only have I been denied the opportunity to provide my mitigating factors to the chairperson for his consideration in relation to the sanctions, in addition, the SABC intends to consider its own factors in aggravation for purposes of reaching a decision on sanction. Do you think that Ms. Magopeni has been treated fairly throughout?
First of all, I think that it's very important to understand that the SABC disciplinary code was utilized, like any other disciplinary process, was utilized as guiding this process. So every single step was informed by our own disciplinary code and was followed through by HR. And in fact, because this matter is an internal matter, there was a desire by the SABC to maintain this as an internal process and concluded accordingly. But there was a request to have this made public by Ms. Magopeni, and that request was then granted by the SABC, following which I think you saw it played out in public, where an independent advocate actually made a conclusion to all that he has heard. He heard all sides of the case and made a deduction that, in fact, she was guilty of misconduct. And he actually recommended that Ms. Magopeni be given a sanction of a warning, of course, subject to distancing herself from the heads of argument submitted on her behalf by her lawyers. The SABC afforded Ms. Magopeni, as per the recommendation by Advocate Kasim, numerous opportunities to then submit her mitigating factors in terms of addressing the aggravating factors identified. And that was in line with the rule of natural justice. And after numerous requests for extensions, instead of really taking that opportunity to submit that information, Ms. Magopeni elected not to submit the mitigating factors. And that has led to the decision taken by the SABC today.
All right, Ms. Gugu Ntuli, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.